Hello, test, check. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good nighttime, good whatever time you're watching this. My name is Pearl Manhattan, and this is Vlogmas 2020, day 16. It is December the 16th, 2020. We are rolling up on Christmas at a breakneck speed. I hope you all having a good day. I go live every Wednesday, 12 noon. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, and usually I talk about music, my music, other people's music, music in general. Today we are continuing on with my Vlogmas posts, and we are talking about Pearl Manhattan's top 10 Christmas TV shows. First off, let me say hello to my friends in the chat. It's Joey's World, Lisa. Hi, good to see you. Stevie Lee, thanks for joining in. Nice to see you too. If you're watching the replay, which I love my replay watchers, I know there's so many good people live streaming and it's hard to get to everybody. And also with this time of year, it's Christmas. Everybody's getting all their stuff together for Christmas and celebrations and Hanukkah and whatever it is you celebrate this time of year. So if you're watching the replay, leave me a comment down below. Just say hi, say what you liked. Say whatever you feel. I love getting comments. I do respond to every comment that I get. And I thank you for being here today. Your time is your most precious commodity, and that you're willing to share some of it with me means an awful lot to me. It's been an interesting couple of days, hadn't it? So many things going on. Things going on with me. I've done a couple music videos. I'm getting feedback that you guys really like those music videos. That makes me happy. A little heads up. Excuse me. I rarely ask for anything. This time of year is hard on me. Very hard on me. It's a tough time for a lot of reasons, which I won't go into. But if you could just remember my son and I in your thoughts this season. I got a tickle in my throat. Not used to talking. I live by myself. And I mostly chat on the internet. So my voice quality has gone down. Bear with me, but if you guys could remember me in your prayers and my son this holiday season. We're having a tough time this year, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about our favorite TV shows, and I have a special surprise today. I made a slideshow to talk about my holiday shows. I'm a boomer. I'm an old person. So when I was growing up, we didn't have cable TV. We had antenna TV, which meant you had aluminum foil stuck off the back of your TV to to see the shows. So my Christmas shows that I remember, they're back when everybody watched the networks. There was no DVR. There was no videos. There was nothing. You either caught it when it came on or you didn't see it that year. So my list is going to be different from yours, but feel free to share yours while we're discussing these. Let's get over to which screen? Let's try this one. It worked. Haha, look at that. Pearl Manhattan's top 10 Christmas TV shows. And these are Christmas specials, holiday specials that, like I said, came on the network television. The first one, look at that. Boom. The first Christmas show of the season every year was the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. And I lived in the Central Time Zone, which meant I could get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and they would start the coverage for it like 5 o'clock in the morning. And you could watch them get the floats ready. You could watch the people lining up. They would have a special show. Okay, I need to move something. Let's move this. There we go. We can move that over there. That'll be good. There we go. But yeah, it was a full day thing. We'd watch from 5 o'clock in the morning until late, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. It was still going on. And let me turn this to silent. There we go. It was all morning, and then they would insert parades, from other places, and then it would be football time, and we watched the football games all afternoon. My grandfather liked the games. He wasn't a big football fan, but he liked watching football. So we would, and somewhere in there we would eat some turkey and stuffing. Grandma would cook all morning, and then she would clean all afternoon, and that was a tradition that I quickly dispensed with once I was, head of a kitchen, the domestic goddess that I am. I decided that, all that cooking and cleaning just wasn't for me. So we usually either go out for Thanksgiving, or this past year, I didn't even, because of quarantine, my family couldn't come over. So I sat here and ate a little TV dinner and hung out with all my friends online on Pete McDevick's stream and watched the football all day. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with the balloons, and that turkey. Do y'all remember that turkey at the beginning of the parade? And it would flap its arms, and it had, Merry Christmas. And it was a happy turkey because it had been spared being cooked into dinner. It was always at the front of the parade, and there was always somebody sitting on top of it. Car Key, Carol, hi, welcome in. Yeah, I know, we're all in the same places. We have excellent taste in live streams, don't we? Our little crew here. But the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it's number 10 because the rest of them even get better. The next one, boom, The Little Drummer Boy, the Rankin and Bass. It was kind of a claymation one. And I remember the animals most of all. And I remember whenever I see Coco now, the Disney movie and the little boy from Coco, it reminds me of the Little Drummer Boy in this claymation feature. They look awfully similar. So the Little Drummer Boy, And he plays his drum for the baby and everything. And I think there was like a camel in it, and I absolutely adore the camel. All the animals. Those claymation things, and we'll talk about some more of them later on. Yeah, so that one is number 9 for me. Number 8. And if you are watching Steve's World, if you're not watching Steve's World, you need to go over and check out Steve's World's Vlogmas. He is reading a Christmas story every day for his Vlogmas. And he read Frosty the Snowman was one of the first ones he read. And watching him, listening to him read that story and seeing the pictures of the book brought back so many memories of this cartoon, Frosty the Snowman. And when he'd wake up and say, "Happy birthday!" And, and the little girl, I loved her earmuffs. And she was an ice skater, wasn't she? She was an ice skater, and she had a little scarf and earmuffs. And of course, growing up in South Mississippi, we rarely had snow. So snowmen were a thing of fantasy for me because we didn't have snow. I had no clue what snow was, really. I had visited up in Maryland with my mother's family and had seen snow up there, but I was 5 years old, and I remember it snowed once in the very early 70s, late 60s, early 70s on the Gulf Coast, and we might have gotten 6 to 8 inches. But Steve is a natural, and to get back to Steve, he is one of the most tenacious YouTubers I know. He is just plugging on, and I mean, he's had so many things happen that could have gotten him down, and he just doesn't stop. He just keeps going and producing such excellent content. If you have kids, if you teach kids, whatever, his YouTube stories are wonderful, and they need to be shared with everybody. If anybody can grab a link to Steve's World's YouTube channel and put it in there, I strongly recommend these because he has such a nice voice for reading, and he just does an excellent job with the editing, with the audio, with everything. So go check out Steve's World and his stories. They're only going to get better. The next TV special, and those of you around my age will remember these. Bob Hope used to do a Christmas special every year. And he would have, popular musicians. I think it was a carryover because he got so used to doing his USO tours and everything else. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Right now, Lisa's the only mod. Stick with me a little longer and I'll start modding some more people. Up until this point, I haven't really had a need for a lot of mods. So, but the Bob Hope Christmas special. And like I said, I think it was a carryover because he got so used to doing his USO tours and his shows and everything. And so he just carried them over to TV because it was an easier medium. Oh, yeah. No, I understand. Get lunch for Joey. Boy needs to eat. I just had to fix a pizza for my son at 9 o'clock, at 8:30 in the morning. He wanted pizza. That's all right. As long as he's eating, that's great. Oh, car key, Carol, come on, wear it proudly. On a note about being old, I'll share this. My birthday is coming up in January. I will be 55. And I dropped by a thrift store yesterday while I was out dropping off some packages to be mailed. And my Christmas cards, I did send out a few Christmas cards. If you didn't get a Christmas card from me this year, don't feel bad. I only sent out a few. Stamps are expensive. It's not that I don't care if you didn't get a Christmas card from me. But anyway, and I noticed that this thrift store I like to frequent, they offer a senior discount at 55. So, that that cheers me up a little bit, because that's something to look forward to, is all those senior discounts at 55. Yeah. And I know I don't look 55 because, in this light, you can't see the gray, but in the past year, because of quarantine, the pandemic, and everything else, I have gone from being no grays to more grays than I'd like to admit. Luckily, in the light, they just look like highlights, so that's fine. I'm gonna hang on to my natural dishwater brown as long as I can. But anyway, so January, I can start getting senior discounts. But anyway, Bob Hope Christmas Special. This was a family favorite for us. This was one of the times where my grandparents and I and my brother would sit down. Everything would stop for the Bob Hope Christmas Special. And he always had the best people on there. There was never a bad act on there. All right. A lot of people don't like this. That's okay. You're just a year younger than me. And you know what? I every decade, I say, wow, being 30 in my 30s was amazing. And then I hit 40 and I was like, this is amazing. And then I hit 50. And at 50, you have to give up all your cares. You know how people say, well, I don't give a care, right? At 50, they come repossess all your cares. So you literally cannot give a care about anything once you hit 50, because they repossess them. And it's great. Anyway, the Star Wars Holiday Special. I am all things Star Wars. I love all things Star Wars. You will not find me dissing Star Wars. And Stevie, that's fine. If you're not a fan of Star Wars, that's great. We all have our own things. I love all 11 of the movies for different reasons. I love the story. I love the characters. I love Carrie Fisher. Chewbacca was my favorite character until Grogu came along, and now I love Grogu. And I have a Build-A-Bear Grogu. I just found out they have a Build-A-Bear Mandalorian that I will be getting someday. I don't know. It's a Dollar Tree Christmas this year, but in the future, maybe someday. But the Star Wars Holiday Special, it's worth watching. Just, kind of like you watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Nobody enjoys the movie. It's all about the heckling and the laughing at it. And that's kind of the same with the Star Wars Christmas Special. Then we have number 5, The Year Without a Santa Claus. This is the one with, I'm Mr. Heat Miser, I'm Mr. Green. And the reason I like this is because going back to where I grew up on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, practically on a tropic, where the coldest days in the wintertime were maybe in the mid-40s. Rarely did we freeze. Rarely did we have snow. So I understood the heat miser. But, and it was like, well, why can't we have Christmas in the heat, And we'd have Santa on a surfboard in shorts, Santa would parachute in, because we live near an Air National Guard base and an Air Force base. So Santa parachuted into a lot of places. But this one especially, I love the animation in this, the claymation. Um, and it's especially dear to my heart because I had a friend when I was in college who looked just like the young Kris Kringle. In fact, I nicknamed him Chris, and that's what I called him, was Chris, because he had the red hair and the big blue eyes, and he looked just like the claymation figure, kind of tall and gangly and stuff. But this one, and when there's a scene where the young Mrs. Claus is sitting by a fountain and there's birds and she's singing and her tears are falling into the fountain, and the way the water ripples with the claymation. Like I said, the artwork in this is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then we're already number 5. Wow, I'm getting through these quick. Everyone's favorite. If, it's actually become a meme. It's become popular in, commercialized, actually. Everybody knows, if you say, well, we have a Charlie Brown Christmas tree this year, everybody knows what that means. It's incorporated into our daily lives, and the Christmas story. A lot of people, this is how they like to remember the Christmas story. Linus's telling of the story. And yeah, it's amazing and fantastic. And I haven't watched it in a couple years. But this was the big thing, and you'd remember that I think it was CBS, was it, that would put up the special, and it would swirl around and stuff. I can remember watching this on the black and white TV that we had. My grandparents had a great big console black and white TV, and I remember seeing the little ad come up in color. Because in the late 60s, early 70s, they were still switching over from black and white to color. So to have a special in color was a big deal. And when we finally got a color TV, excuse me, one moment, sweetheart, I'm doing a live stream right now, okay? You need to go finish your pizza. I'll be with you in a little bit, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. You want to come say hi?
Hi.
Hi? Okay. CJ says hi to everybody. He's rather excited. We went on eBay today and bought him a toy he's been wanting. So that's how we do Christmas, is we don't really have presents to open on Christmas. He just gets them all through the year because Christmas isn't a thing for him. He just doesn't, he knows it's a special day. But yeah, when the peanut special was on, everybody and then there's this one, which is also everybody's special. Everybody loves this one, I know. I want to be a dentist. And this one actually created a spin-off. They had the Island of the Misfit Toys. They actually went back and revisited that. And they got their own Christmas special a couple years later. But poor Rudolph, and when he had to put the little black thing, when they put the black over his nose so it wouldn't glow, and then he would talk like this, and he would talk funny because his nose was all stopped up. I love that part. But then the movie Silence of the Lambs came out, and the little deer in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is named Clarice, but also the girl in Silence of the Lamb was named Clarice, and that kind of ruined Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for me. But yeah, Carol, me too. Me too. I think we all do in little ways. All of these specials would make me cry. I would cry through all of them. They said I was a really sensitive kid. But Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then when the Abominable Snowman would come out, oh, I would be so scared. I couldn't even look at him on the TV because he was so scary. And I would hide my eyes because I couldn't watch that part. But then once they made him nice, took out all his teeth, then he couldn't bite anybody. So he was, he was reformed. And you think that's where they got Bruce's character from in Finding Nemo? You pull out all their teeth and they're reformed. Yeah. And it is, you can find so much that relates directly to this particular claymation. It's a staple. The Rankin Bass cartoons like Frosty the Snowman and the claymations, all a staple in our culture. They've become part of Christmas in our culture. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was my number 3. My number 2. I have a personal connection to this one. If you've been watching my Vlogmas, there's a story on there about the Walnut Angel. And The Grinch Stole Christmas became very special to me that year because, we had a tough Christmas, and we had to learn that it's not, it's not the presents. It's not the roast. It's not the big dinner. It's not that Christmas is a spirit inside you. It's a feeling. It's a moment. And the cartoon version, let's see, what's going on here? Yeah, I saw that set on Amazon when I was researching all of these. Yeah, Bumble. They did. Remember, he was like, ah, and then they would cut to a commercial, and you'd be sitting there just going, ah. Riley Creative Travel. Hi, nice to see you. Welcome in. We are talking about my top 10 and your top 10 holiday TV specials today, and I've been running through them really fast. We're talking about How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but we're still kind of talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Abominable Snowman, Bumble. And Bumble's Bounce. Oh my gosh, Bumble's Bounce. Remember that one. Yahoo Door. I don't think anybody really knew those words. And I'm so sorry you messed it up, but you know what? It was in a group, and you had a solo in the chorus. I'm sure everybody still thought it was beautiful. I know personally it was probably very upsetting to you. I've done that. I think we all have in some way or another. But what about the main song, Mr. Grinch? There's some pretty gross imagery in that one, huh? Oh, it's the most polite way to say some really nasty things about somebody. Yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. My favorite character in this one is the dog. The dog is the hero of the whole thing, and I absolutely adore that little dog. He's so cute with the one tree branch for an antler right out the center of his head. He looks kind of like a unicorn, and I like unicorns. So, but yeah, I don't care for the movie as much, but it's not for any particular reason except that I don't like remakes of things because they're messing with my original. It's the same reason why I don't know, when I went to Walt Disney World when I was younger, I remember an entirely different Disney World than one that's there now. And in a way, I don't like some of the new rides simply because they took away the things that I remembered the most, that meant the most to me. And that's kind of, I have nothing against Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is an excellent actor. He's a fantastic actor. Everybody else in the movie, wonderful actors. The makeup was fantastic. The screenwriting was great. I adore Jim Carrey. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Wasn't that Boris Karloff that narrated that too and sang that song? Which I didn't know who he was until I was much older and got into researching, and found out who Boris Karloff really was. And then I was like, ooh, wow. But love How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And the part where the townspeople are all standing in a circle and there's no trees, there's no presents, there's no lights, there's no nothing. But they're all singing, and I get, right now I'm getting kind of choked up about it. That right there, that moment, that's, to me, that's what Christmas is all about. And you can't take that feeling, and you can't buy that feeling. So that's me with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then my number one of all time, drumroll. Well, it's over here. There we go. John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together. I had the album. They also put out an album with this show. And they did a round version of Christmas is Coming, the Goose is Getting Fat. They start out with the 12 Days of Christmas. And the bit with the 12 Days of Christmas is that Fozzie Bear could not get his line right. And finally, by about the third time, he got it. And he was on it, But he comes in, I think it's 7 Swans of Swimming. Isn't it? And but he'll come in, and the first time he goes 7, and he can't remember the rest of the thing, and he puts his hand down, and he's so embarrassed, and everybody just keeps singing and going on, and I think that taught me a lesson, because the next time he comes in and he's like he's late, and he gets so carried away with everybody else, and then it comes to him, and then he's like, oh, 7 swans, this one, and then they're already on to 6 geese laying. And so, but the third time, he's right on there with it. And what I like is John Denver, through this whole thing, he's right up on next to John Denver's shoulder. And through this whole thing, every time he messes up, John Denver's right there, and he's like, it's okay, it's 7 swans a swimming, and helping him through it so gently. And that one's one of the songs. And I think this was one where Robin was really featured. Robin is Kermit's nephew, I think. Little Bitty Frog. I loved Robin too. But I had the album, and I had a record player, and I would play this album year round. My parents got so sick of it. But John Denver, Muppets Christmas Together. That is my Rachel. Rachel, hi. Your package went out yesterday. Sorry, they're kind of crammed in the box because I wanted to use a small box. So I hope they're okay when they get there. But I sent you, I sent you the ones with the sequins. They're color changing sequins and a big fur bow. Thank you. My shirt is a dress that I got from wish.com for $5 a couple years ago. It's my Christmas shirt. I used to love wearing Christmas sweaters and Christmas attire, but then everybody started calling them ugly Christmas sweaters, and I didn't think they were ugly, but I didn't want to look stupid, so I got rid of all of my Christmas sweaters and everything because everybody laughed and made fun of them. But anyway, and then this is the first pair of ears I ever made. And they're all from Dollar Tree stuff. I used all Dollar Tree stuff in making these. Um, I won't be putting them up for sale just because it's not my line. My line is my stationery. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. This is my next set that I'm working on. There's the pattern. And then we have some cards, and they're going to have, whoops, bumped my mic. They're black cards, and they got a green and a tan border, and then they've got this on them. So that's the next set that's going to go up on the page. There's the notebook and the stamp and the pen. Oh, I would love to see that, Carol. But anyway, so I won't be making ears a lot. I'll be making them for me, and giving them away now and then. But these are really light, though. Oh, Stevie Lee, don't stress it. I understand about having no money. Trust me on that one. Like I said, it's a Dollar Tree Christmas this year for a lot of people, for a lot of folks. And well, flowers are nice too. Flowers are nice too. Let's go back here. So that was my top 10. Flowers are nice. Any gift is nice, that someone takes the time to think about you and send you something. I want to share, I got mail this week. I got a Christmas card from Steve's World. And so it's going to go up on my memory board. And he says, Christmas comes but once a year. Hope this is the perfect one for you. Merry Christmas, Pearl, from Steve at Steve's World. So that was my mail I got this week. I got a card, and made me so happy. Aya, Liesl Soma, nice to see you. Good morning, good morning. Glad you're here. We just went through my top 10 Christmas specials, and your girlfriend is a huge fan of mine? Oh, wow, $65. Yeah, flowers are expensive. Don't worry about it, Rachel. I don't have a P.O. box, 'cause I can't afford it right now. The P.O. box is like $70 for just a couple months, and that's just not in my budget right now. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You have my email. You can just email me a Christmas card. Babes in Toyland. I remember that. I had the album from that one too. And I had a set of Disney books, and there were 4, and they were big books, and they were filled with stories, Disney stories. And that was one of the stories, kind of like the Reader's Digest condensed versions. And yeah, I do too, Stevie Lee. It's up on my memory board. I have a memory board, and it's the picture of them standing in front of the Millennium Falcon. And I treasure that. I have 2 cards from Mama Mouse. I have a Mama Mouse pin, and then I have a coin from Pete McDevitt that I treasure. Caroline Life. All right. Well, I will look her up, Rachel. Well, you'll have my address, Rachel. I've sent you something, and it's supposed to get there, I think, Friday. It went out yesterday. Noelle, is that the one with, what's her name? She does the Priceline commercial? No, she does a hotel a hotel commercial. I'm chewing on a mint and I'm getting it all over my lips. Um, yeah, Noelle. She was Santa's daughter and took over the business and went to find her brother and everything. It's got the guy from Saturday Night Live, too. What's his name? I found a special on Netflix. Anna Kendrick, that's her. I found a special on Netflix. Now, I'm a big fan of the Christmas Chronicles. Christmas Chronicles 2. I talked about those yesterday. Let me take a drink here real quick. Got my coffee. But I found this other one called Jingle Jangle on Netflix. It is like, it's done like a musical, like a stage musical, a Broadway musical. But it is an amazing, fantastic little Christmas show. It's got Forrest Whitaker in it. It's got Felicia Rashad. And it's got this young girl who has a voice that is just spectacular. But Jingle Jangle. And it's a wonderful, wonderful Christmas story. Full of whimsy and fun, kind of steampunkish. But just absolutely fantastic. That's going to become one of my new favorites for sure. Oh, they're pressure washing my apartments today. How nice. But anyway, so what else have I left out? Something that's special to y'all besides, let's see, Babes in Toyland. We got Noelle with Anna Kendrick. That is a very good Christmas movie also. Coming up, let's see, I've got the rest of Vlogmas to do. I'm gonna make some saltine cracker, toffee, chocolate, Christmas stuff, Christmas candy that you can get all the supplies from the Dollar Tree. Ah, well, I'm on the ground floor. There's 3 stories. So if they were roofing, it wouldn't bother me. But the pressure washing, I've got the machine right out my window. But anyway, what else? Oh, gonna make some cookies. So I'm gonna try a vegan cookie recipe because my family, we have an egg allergy, we have a dairy allergy, we have a gluten. Make space on my tea shelf. All right. Yeah, we're actually going grocery shopping right after this stream. Cause our money comes once a month, so it's payday, so we get to go grocery shopping today. So, but I'm gonna make some Christmas cookies. You didn't hear that, Aya, because that's probably what you're getting for Christmas is a box of cookies. I'm gonna be doing some more crafts. This Sunday, I believe we are making a cookie plate for Santa with Dollar Tree stuff. All of my Vlogmas has been centered around either Dollar Tree things or my music. And you can tell the days that I had a busy day because that's when the next day is when the music goes up, because I have a lot of that music that it's very easy for me to put together. And I like to provide the music because I feel like it's giving a moment of peace and joy and calmness to just sit down and breathe during the holidays. Which leads me to the last thing I wanted to talk about today, and then I'm going to let everybody go. Just a quick note about self-care during the holidays. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm having a tough time during these holidays. You know you're going to be stressed out during the holidays. Everybody is. But this year has been a year of simplifying. So take a moment, sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil, and think about the ways you can streamline and simplify your holidays this year. Do you need to cook a big holiday dinner? Chances are no. And couldn't you cook that dinner in the summer and have a barbecue? Um, you know, try to find different ways to cut down on the stress and find a peace in the holiday. Let's go back to How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Uh, we've had a Grinch this year um, that has stolen a lot of our traditions and our special things from us. And just remember that it's inside you. The spirit is inside you. Um, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling like lonely, you're feeling like you're all by yourself, do reach out. And by reaching out, I don't mean Mama Mouse is in the house. Hi, Mama, you caught me just at the end of the stream. I'm talking about self-care and through the holidays. Reaching out doesn't necessarily mean you have to call somebody on the phone and say, hi, I'm having a rough time, boo-hoo. For me personally, I can't do that. That's hard for me. I don't like to burden anybody else with my problems. So how I reach out is I become present in other people's streams. I just go and I sit and I watch and I turn off my negativity and I just watch and enjoy and be a part of it. Reaching out can be as simple as turning off the TV, turning off the phone, and taking a shower, taking a nice bath. We made the pedicure kit. It's back in my Vlogmas. Make yourself a little pedicure. Yes, most definitely, Joey's World, yes. I'll shut up about this because that auction is important because I have an item in that auction, and last time I looked, it didn't have any bids. So go bid on my item in this auction. It's the Olaf stationery set. Yes, remember the blessings we do have, and I'm in a better place this year, honestly, than I have been in most of my life. I'm not where I'd like to be, but I have a stable income. I have a roof over my head. I own my vehicle. I've got, my son who loves me, and even though he is disabled, we don't have medical challenges. I don't have behavioral challenges. You can hear him. He's laughing his head off right now. He's a joy. And but yeah, there is an auction going on for this and that for Give Kids the World, a wonderful, wonderful place. Go find Resort TV 1, watch their stream. They live streamed the Christmas lights from there, and I cried through that whole stream. Several people in the community have already raised collectively like $30,000, which if each kid costs like $6,500, that's almost 6 kids that they've given a week at Give Kids the World. That's amazing and wonderful. The auction is going on. They're going to close it out tonight at 10:30 p.m. Dis and That will be talking about the auction on their stream tonight. They've got some amazingly rare things that you can't just go out and buy at a Disney store. I think they've got some cells from movies. They've got autograph stuff. They've got all kinds of neat stuff. Please go check out the auction. I know the minimum bid on some of the things was only $10. That Olaf set, the opening bid was only $10. That's $10 less than if you'd have bought it from me. It's a $20 value. So, and I want that money to go to Give Kids the World. So go bid on my Olaf set. And the ears that Kelly wore in the Shrek YouTube production that we all participated in. I would have auctioned off my hat, but it's made of like paper and stuff. It's over there. But that was a great production. I love that. Go check out that auction, please. What? What? Holy, seriously? Seriously? Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm going to cry. That's amazing. I'm on a very fixed income, guys. And real quick, I'll say one more thing and then we're going to let it go. There are so many channels I wish I could be a member of. There are so many channels I wish I could super chat. But honestly, it's a struggle to buy groceries for me. So donating things to auctions is about, that's the only thing I can do to support channels, is to donate the things I make. Even stamps. I sent out some Christmas cards. I apologize if you don't get a Christmas card from me, because stamps are expensive. So that's why I'm doing Vlogmas, and I'm putting my music out there, and I put it up for streaming so people don't have to pay to listen to it, because I want to share and I want to support people. So please don't judge. If I'm not a member, it doesn't mean I don't love you and care about you, and I don't support you. It's just I can't support anybody monetarily. And if I would feel bad if I just was a member in one place, because honest to God, there's at least 50 channels I wish I could be a member of, because I do support them. So know that I support you in my heart, and I support you, and this right here, this Give Kids the World stuff. Go support them with your money. God, 150. Oh my God. Because if I were doing if I were doing in-person shows, craft shows, like I had planned to do with this business before COVID hit, and there have not been any shows, and there will not be any more shows for at least the next 6 to 8 months out here, I would donate an item, because usually those craft shows would have some sort of an auction or whatever. So donating what I make is not a problem. Oh, Rachel, you are the sweetest person in the world. Thank you so much. I love you to death. I love all y'all to death. Your time is your most precious commodity, and that you have chosen to spend some of it with me means more than you will ever know. Time is the only currency we have that we truly own. Peace and blessings upon all of you, and on all you love, and on all who love you. Let's remember Zip, who's under the weather. Prayers for him and his family, because this got to be hard on his family too. Prayers for Steve, that he recovers from his concussion. I know concussions aren't fun. I've had quite a few in my life. And he's such, like I said, go check out Steve's World's Vlogmas, because the stories he's reading, I love to curl up with a hot cup of tea and my blanket and watch every day, because I didn't get a lot of stories read to me when I was little. So it's like being a little girl again and having stories read to me. So check out Steve's World. Myers and the Mouse. Mama Mouse, you got a show coming up today, right? You have Preserving the Magic, don't you? Let's see, what is Joey's World? I hate to keep hollering at you. Throw up Mama Mouse's link in the chat for her page, and everybody go check out Preserving the Magic today for Mama Mouse in the house. She does such beautiful, wonderful things. And I will see all of you, I hope, on D&T tonight for the auction. Peace and blessings upon you, upon all you love, and upon all who love you. Find your passion, grab a hold of it, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to create, create. If you want to dance, dance, paint, whatever it is, cook. You have, hi, Dean, you have everything within you to do anything you want. And if you want to learn how to do these things, Dean at the Live Place has you set. The Live Place hosts over 120 family-friendly live streamers in topics from travel, theme parks, lifestyle, cooking, just chatting, disabilities, you name it. There's somebody live streaming about it, and it's safe live streams that you can watch with your children around. You can watch in front of grandma. You're not going to be shocked. You're not going to be surprised, and you're not going to be offended. They're all family friendly. They're all wonderful people. Go check out theliveplace.com. I thank Dean for hosting 2 of my broadcasts here, and I'll be live again on Sunday. I've got a new time on Sunday. I'm now at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. I got tired of missing part of Pete McDevitt's shows on Sunday, so I moved mine up so I can catch Pete McDevitt because I love watching his shows too. Probably a music vlog coming out tomorrow. I'm glad you guys are enjoying my music vlogs. I love making music. I thank you for being here. Y'all have an amazing day. And like I said, I'll see you tonight on the auction on This and That. Thanks so much. Much love. Have a good day.